Hello, everybody, and welcome to Swindler's Den in this week's session of Glory of the Giants. First things first, I have to fix some idiocracies that I did upon this earth. In the first two sessions, I was saying the wrong directions for many of things. Every time I said west, I meant east. So, Kevhorn lives to the east. The Giants came from the east. The Stormbirds, native to the east. I did fix that during session 2, but I just wanted to reiterate it at the top of this one in case somebody didn't make it all the way through those. Everything's to the east. We're on the Sword Coast. The west is just sea, which may come into play at some point. Who knows? But also, I'm a dum-dum. Again, Phandalin is to the south of Neverwinter. So they had to go south. So rewind that. You guys went south. You guys did still enter from the southern part of Phandalin. The trail's just weird, and it went down and wrapped around up into Phandalin because you kind of have to go over too. So yes, Phandalin's not to the north; it's to the south. Other announcements that don't necessarily pertain to this campaign specifically. Fridays, we have our other campaign here on this channel premiere. Curse of Strahd. So yeah, go join us for that. It's a fun little time and a half. Also, be sure to follow us on all of our social medias and other platforms. YouTube. I don't know why I went TikTok first because we're not super active on there. But Twitter, and Twitch we don't stream our main series stuff anymore, but sometimes we'll do fun, like we played Baldur's Gate on there at one point. So whenever we get the something that doesn't necessarily go on the channel, we put it over there. So follow us there. I'm rambling about this. Let's start introducing our players, so you guys can say your names, who you play, where to find you, and I don't have anything fun, so if you want to add anything fun to your character, you can. Otherwise, we will start with Barely.
Hey there, I am Barely Caffeinated. You can find me over at Crits and Coffee, and tonight I am playing Siegfried, a cleric, who I will let you guess his domain.
Oh,
and human.
Ooh, we guessing domains out here. Next, we have DrPhage.
Hello, I'm DrPhage, or Adam. I'm playing Benjamin, a half-elf warlock tonight. I don't do anything on my social media, but I am on not Swindler's Den, that's where I'm at now. Interdimensional Library, which is IDL_RPGS on Twitter.
Ooh, and last but not least, we have Kyle.
I'm Kyle. I play Kevhorn in this campaign, but I'm also in IDL Interdimensional Library over there. But you can't find me anywhere because I don't really do socials.
Yes, Kyle does not want to interact with people, so don't do it. But last time, our group, they were living their grub era to start off, clearing out the town of Neverwinter before they got some side jobs. Go talk to some goblins, see what the problem is there. They found out the problem was giants, not goblins. And then once they found out that problem, they were sent to Phandalin. Making their way over there overnight, they had some strange dreams that each of them were involved in. They, after being riled up about that, trying to figure out what's going on with that, they made their way into the town itself and dropped off the rations that had been sent, finding out that not everybody in the town knew that this ration was coming because it seemed to be a emergency thing in response to the giants in the area. So our group made their way down to the town hall to report this information to the town master, where they found some colorful characters, maybe not all their screws there in their head, but the town master seemed to sense some kind of potential within our group and sent them off into the forest to speak with the Storykeeper or the Dream Speaker. So they started making their way up there, and once they made it to the edge of the forest, they were they were let in after speaking with a little bird that showed them kind of the pathway into the forest. They started making their way through, finding the path revealed to them as they went, and eventually they came across what ended up being a owlbear cub that was being picked on by two older owlbears. After driving one off and sucking the life force out of the other one until it exploded, they then were able to interact with this cub and show that they were friendly, and then Cavhorn pleaded to adopt the young creature before they started making their way off into the forest again. And this is where we are currently. So all of you are continuing to move through the forest at this point. A young owlbear in tow, hooting what's the word? Curiosity at this group as they move through the forest. We got, I can't remember anything right now. I'm so sorry. Huey perched on Benjamin without much flight path out in this dense forest as you continue to move. Is there anything you all would like to discuss at this point, or anything you're looking for or doing?
Cavhorn. But just one quick question for you. Why did you summon a version of yourself that was dead? What's that?
I'll say after the fight, that version of me is still up. It's still walking with the group.
Yeah, that's kind of the question I have. Why it's still here?
Oh. Right. Well, you see, as he's talking, it's mimicking his hand gestures.
Slack-jawed.
It's kind of came to me randomly. Not came to me. It popped out.
Okay.
It's not the most beautiful thing you've ever seen, but it has its uses.
I'm sure it does. Does it? Why? Why does it look like it's been killed? Do you know?
No, I've never figured that out.
Good. Okay. Do you know where it came from? I know you said it popped out of you. Did something did it let you do that? Or did it just happen?
I want to say it just happened.
Okay. Good to know. Well, oh, great. Seems very useful. Maybe don't summon it in town.
Oh, yeah, no. I know what to do with it in social situations and whatnot.
Okay.
So yeah, don't worry about it.
Okay, just making sure. Just continue moving on. Trying to keep slack-jawed Cavhorn out of my field of view.
Siegfried is definitely like as far away from it as possible, but he does want to he'll pat Benjamin on the shoulder and he'll just say, You know, that was really impressive that you were able to take out one of those owlbears by yourself.
I did not know if it was going to work. I had some contingency. As you pat him on his shoulder, you can feel like the slight cold frosty condensation still on his armor.
Well, I thought it was very well done, and maybe me and Kevhorn can learn something from it.
Perhaps. I had a unique teacher in a lot of these things.
Are you guys being obvious of your distaste of myself, frankly?
I think Benjamin is trying not to make it obvious. I think he's just trying to position himself where it's not out of the corner of his eye, essentially. But yeah, trying to make it not obvious.
Siegfried would be pretty noticeably uncomfortable.
In that case. You see normal Kevhorn, actual Kevhorn, walk up to your left, and you see the other Kevhorn walk up to your right. Both will put an arm around you. So, that was a fun battle, right?
Yes, very.
And you hear... I don't know if it actually can make sounds.
It kind of mumbles in an undead way.
Gurgles and whatnot.
Kevhorn, I don't mean to be rude, but this other you makes me a little squeamish.
Don't worry. It's more so for visually aesthetic stuff. Kevhorn would put his hand on its arm, and you can see it just get consumed into his body. Not in a very violent way, he just kind of swooshes in.
Siegfried will immediately relax as soon as he notices that it's gone.
Growing up with that thing, it's kind of scary seeing yourself what you could look like dead.
Well, eventually we'll all be dead, but I'd prefer to not think about that either.
No response. He just pats her shoulder.
Somebody roll me a d4, please.
I'm not going to, because last time I did, I was struck by lightning.
Fair enough.
Would you like to, Siegfried? Or should I?
I already nose goes.
Oh, that sounds like it sounds like it's Kevhorn's turn.
I just put away my guy, bro. I'm vulnerable. That is a 3.
That is a 3. All right. How do I want to do this? I need my dice. Oh, I need my dice.
Huey's rolling? Huey has dice?
Oh,
Where are you keeping those, bud?
all of his dice.
Are they in your belly with the bacon from this morning?
Yes. I stole them.
A bunch of little rocks in there.
Helps the digestion.
Yeah. Like a bird.
All right. Let us do this. What's your not that high. Siegfried, as you turn your attention away from Kevhorn, ending this conversation, turn your eyes back towards the forest in front of you, you feel something tighten around your foot, and then suddenly you're jerked and you fall on your back and start getting drug through the tall weeds into the forest.
Since I did have my arm around him, can I try do something?
What's your passive perception?
12.
No, it is too low to react to what just happened in time.
I mean, I start going after him.
All right.
Can I try to put my I know I probably is there anything I can grab, or can I just sink my fingers into the ground as best as I can?
Yeah, do a strength check.
That's a nat 20 for a 19.
Ooh, this thing rolled really bad. You dig your fingers in. You're able to grab onto one of those a root from a tree that has grown out from above the ground and has created a loop with the ground. You grab onto that, and you look back and you just see this dark thorn vine wrapped around your foot, trying to pull you in. But you are currently able to hold it off.
Can I shoot a sacred flame in that direction?
Yes, you can. Go. It's a dex save. It rolled a 6.
That is a fail. And it will take 4 radiant damage.
As you hit it, it's recoils from the damage and unwraps from your ankle and withdraws back into the forest. You can hear it slither through the underbrush as it gets dragged. It pulls itself away from you. And Benjamin and I assume Kevhorn went after him too.
Yeah.
Run up to you.
Yes. Siegfried will just stand up and then kind of dust off his blood-stained clothes. Oh, what in the world was that?
It looked like some sort of vine. I don't know why we were attacked, though. I thought the whole this whole situation meant that we were safe from the forest.
I will say you are off the path currently. You're now just in the weeds.
Ooh. Thought we had, but the little birdie led us here.
Well, the bird has been gone for a while, but the path has been opening for you. You guys went off the path to go get Siegfried. So the path is still there. You're just not on it currently.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Did the owlbear follow us?
Hoot.
Okay, so here.
Well, we should get back to the path and stay weary.
Yes.
I have baby with me. I will stay with baby.
And I guess Siegfried will walk back to the path.
Yeah, just keeping an eye out. Keeping an eye out for vines, but they're everywhere. That's hard to keep an eye out for.
Yes, you'll make your way back towards the path and start following it again. As you're moving, every once in a while, the owlbear will kind of nip at your belt, Kevhorn. Nothing aggressive, just will nip at you once in a while. But let's get perception checks now that we're all paying attention.
Is it hungry?
Doesn't seem hungry. It just seems interested in all the shiny baubles that you have on you.
Yeah, I am pretty shiny.
That is
Benjamin.
a 16 perception from me.
Benjamin got a dirty 20.
Ooh, Kevhorn.
I'm busy playing with the owlbear. I got a 7.
Fair enough. Did you roll with advantage, Benjamin, with Huey?
Oh, no, I didn't. Dirty 20.
That's fine. As you all begin moving forward, kind of trying to pay attention to the world around you now, looking down to make sure no vines are trying to creep up on you. When Huey in your head, Benjamin, you'll hear from Huey, "Did you see that?
What?
I thought I saw smiling over in the trees."
Like good smiling or like
What do you consider good smiling?
friendly or predatory?
What's my insight? Roll an insight for him.
I don't think it's great. Oh, Huey's on top of it because that's a 22 insight.
It kind of looked like when the mistress smiles.
So,
Which you haven't necessarily seen your patron ever, but you have a sense of what it's like when she's smiling.
The vibe I get is a little bit of both.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be right on.
And I'll say this out loud to everyone else. I think there may be something following us. I saw mostly out of the corner of my eye what looked like something grinning at us in the forest.
As Benjamin tells the two of you this, and you're looking around, Siegfried, for just a moment, you see some leaves rustle, and they almost look, like it's a strange blue, like glowing blue pattern. It doesn't have like a body to it, but it looks like almost like stripes or spots move behind these leaves before they vanish.
Would Siegfried be able to deter any more about that, or?
You can do a nature check.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. I'll say you aren't able to discern what this is, but although you weren't able to see the entire body, like it almost looks like these spots or stripes are moving without a body, but the way that they were laying on what assume where the body should be, it almost gave like a feline appearance to the where they would be laying on.
I think I just saw something over there, and perhaps feline like.
Should we stop to see if it will attack, or should we just keep going? Don't particularly like being stalked.
We're on the path now, right?
Yep, you're on the path.
If we only could talk to this little guy, could probably tell us a bunch about this weird forest.
So, knowing that it's feline, would I be able to tell if it were like stalking us, like about to attack us, or would I be able to, like, from its body language, that what I could see of it?
With the 20, it seems to not want to be noticed, at least yet. It was far enough away that it didn't look like it was positioning for an ambush right now, but it looked to be trying to stay out of your sight, at least for the moment.
Well, I don't think it'll attack us now, but perhaps later when dark approaches us. And Siegfried's gonna he'll take out his quarterstaff, and he's gonna he'll also take off his tree and attach that to his quarterstaff and cast light on it. Which I have no idea what time of day it is, but
yeah,
it's like just after dawn, isn't it? Like very early in the morning.
Well, you've been in the forest for a while, so I'd say it's getting closer to noon, but it is still dark in here, just with how dense this forest is. Darker, I should say. You can still see fairly well, but there are some shadows. And I will say, as you light up your staff, you do see like a feline face in the trees, large smile on its face before like it like the blue patterns on its orange face just begin to like dissipate as its whole body disappears in like these puffs of swirls. And as the smile is the last thing there before that also disappears.
Was
It
I the
seemed to
only
be
one to
about
see
like
this?
it was like 40 feet off into the trees from you.
Was I the only one to see it, or
No, I'd say everybody saw it.
okay?
What in the Allison? I can't do shit about that. Let's just hurry along. I don't want to see more of that.
I mean, it does seem to be gone now, so
For
yes,
now.
let's continue on.
As you continue on, every once in a while, you still will see like flashes of these patterns or a smile, or sometimes the entire cat, like this almost dog-sized orange cat with blue patterns sitting on tree branches above the path as you go, and will just kind of watch you before it sputters out of existence and it reappears later on. Let's actually see. I might be able to get a better visual for you because this is a new monster to D&D with the new Glory of the Giants book.
Ooh.
So you can see what's been tormenting you this up to this point. And if there is any way you'd like to react other than just kind of keeping it out of your vision the best you can.
Was gonna ask if I could do history or nature to see if I do know anything about this.
Yes, you can roll a history or nature, either one. Where are we at? We on the forest?
They're both +0.
I just put that in the DM layer. I sure as did.
Oh.
I don't like it.
What?
It's pretty.
What'd you roll, Kevhorn?
I rolled a 16.
A 16. It's nothing you've ever encountered. But I'll say with a 16. Yeah, it seems like it's something that shouldn't be here, possibly. Something is allowing it to live here, almost as if it's not even from this plane.
Okay.
All right. Do you continue forward, trying heavily to ignore it?
I mean, trying to just keep an ear out for any rustling, but yeah.
All right. You continue, and like as you continue, it gets more and more bold with how much it shows itself to you. Up until the point where like the path is going forward, and it seems like it's going to skirt around like this tree trunk that's in the path, and this cat appears in front of you on this tree trunk. Like it materializes and just sits there with this large grin on its face.
Do I see a hole?
No, you do not see a hole. Do a perception check.
Oh. Okay, I'm not rolling well. 8.
Then do a charisma saving throw.
Use me? Brother. Uh, 13.
Yeah, you don't see a hole.
Okay. I'm gonna keep following the path.
I'm
Everybody else?
gonna look at this cat sitting on a stump directly in front of us. And just say, do you have business with us, or are you just being a cat?
I suppose it's a sort of business.
Son of a bitch. What is it then? We are on a bit of business of our own.
Oh, well, then that makes my business all the much more fun.
It's. Do you mean us ill will?
What's our marching order?
I'm in the back with the owlbear.
That's what I assumed.
I would probably be near the front with my light.
Sounds like I'm in the middle then.
I'm a pretty good guesser then, because that's how I have you on the map. It's like its grin gets even larger than it already was. It's not me that bears you ill will. And that's when you hear not a roar necessarily. Well, I guess no, it's not a roar. It's more of like a feline screech come out of the trees as we will roll initiative. And this cat in front of you begins to sputter out of existence once again.
Okay. Benjamin got an 18.
18 from Benjamin. Yikes.
The 3 for Siegfried.
All right. And Kevhorn?
A 6.
Siegfried, did you get a 16, you said?
3.
A 3. Oh, sorry. So it is Kevhorn after Benjamin, then Siegfried. I want to turn this down just a bit because I think this one's still pretty loud too.
How long has it been since the owlbear encounter?
Well, you've been moving, so it won't be much of a rest if that's what you're looking for.
Nope. I'm asking because my Armor of Agathis that I had up lasts for an hour.
I'll say you're on the tail end of that hour, so you still have it.
Yes, great.
As we move to this map, remember, as long as you don't use your owlbear cub, it won't be in danger. As soon as you want to start using it, then it is. But she's on the map because she's a cutie. Let's see. We got technically 4 people here with Huey. So let's see who gets surprise round here.
Not Huey.
Unfortunately, it is Huey.
I mean, it sucks. Not the end of the world. It just sucks.
As you hear this cry ring through the trees, suddenly this large, dark mass launches from the trees. And like Huey has taken wing at this point to try and get a more advantageous position. As this large feline lands on Huey with this jump. What is your attack, good sir?
It's a better armor class than me.
A 24 to hit Huey.
Well, yes, he's just a bird.
It does 6 points of bludgeoning and 4 points of piercing.
I'm assuming these attacks are not magical, correct?
They are not.
Cool. So then Huey only takes 5 of that damage.
All right. Then it's going to go for a bite on Huey to try and put the death blow on him.
Oh no!
That's a 21 to hit.
Yes.
6 points of piercing damage.
Huey still lives.
It goes for the neck. This enormously large cat, you can tell it's 6 limbs and these tentacles reaching off it that are flailing up in the air. And as Huey's still like trying to squawk and fly, it once again jumps off into the tree line. People have it would be Benjamin and Kevhorn would have, and Huey technically would have attacks. Well, Huey has different how he works, but Benjamin and Kevhorn have attacks of opportunity on this thing as it tries to leap off into the trees again.
Could I know this isn't technically the rules. Could I give up my attack of opportunity to have Huey do it instead?
Yeah, you could do that.
Cool. Because Huey has a better attack than me. Yeah, he's gonna try and bite out at this thing.
All right.
And I will poke.
Ooh. Huey only got a 14 to hit though.
The 14 will hit.
Ooh. Okay. Oh, damn. This is gonna suck for this cat. He picked the wrong bird to mess with. I need a Constitution saving throw from this creature, please.
All right. It rolled pretty not great. 9.
Okay, so it is going to take 7 piercing damage.
All right.
And then 6 poison damage.
6 poison damage. All right. Kevhorn?
I rolled a 12.
You rolled a 12. That is not enough, as it then leaps off into the tree line. And you still have some kind of sight on it, but it's able to get up onto a branch where it has some kind of coverage as well. So it might be a little harder to hit as we move into Benjamin's turn.
Great. I only have cantrips. Can I get an intelligence saving throw from this thing, please, as I do a mind sliver on it?
Yes, you can. It rolled a -1.
Okay. It's going to take 3 psychic damage.
All right.
And then it'll have minus a d4 on its next saving throw.
All right.
And I am then just going to have Huey go invisible and fly as far up as the canopy allows. I don't know how much vertical space we have.
I'll say you have 15 feet of vertical space.
Okay, yeah. So Huey's just hanging out invisibly at the top of the canopy then.
All right. Anything else?
That's everything I have. Yeah.
All right. It will then be Kevhorn.
I don't have any range on me. And I don't want to go into the fucking forest.
Are you in a javelin? Gotta get you some javelins.
I can throw my one and only weapon.
You can throw the trident. It just will be off in the trees if you do.
Yeah. So what I will do is summon my guy, summon my buddy.
All
by Benjamin. He's gonna be in the forest, which I don't care about.
I forgot it's just upside down version.
I can't make him attack because I used all those uses last time.
You
So
can.
he is just-
So I think that's just for extra attacks. I think you can always attack from your echo as long as you have an attack. It's just the extra attacks you have charges for.
Okay. You're right. I will attack with my echo.
All right. This thing does have an extra increase to its AC because it is in the brush right now. But go for your attack.
No, I'm not gonna use it yet. I got a 25.
Ooh,
25 is gonna hit.
Too late to roll a d6. Ooh, for 10 damage.
Very nice. As you stab into this cat, it lets out another scream, which I refuse to do on camera. Anything else from you, Kevhorn?
Is this instance of myself different from the last time?
Yes, it is. Roll me a d4.
I don't know. I'm trying to roll a pyramid thing. 4.
A 4. This one's similar to the last one where you had where it had a sword wound in its solar plex, but this time it's like the entire chest and stomach and abdomen are just missing, and you can see like the spinal column through this thing.
I just want to ask, is his upper back, can you see it?
You do still, he is still wearing armor, so like he has clothes on his back. But yeah.
Okay. That's it.
Yeah, so you guys may not be able to even see at this point because it's turned to face the this cat, but yeah, it is missing like all of its internal organs and flesh from the front.
Gross.
Pretty
All
groovy.
the internal trauma that Kev4 has had to deal with that thing.
Next is Siegfried.
Siegfried is going to begin waving his quarterstaff back and forth, and he'll start chanting Trestitia et eruna implement erem ludicia inimicum meum il mater, and he is going to cast Toll of the Dead. You said I can see it, right?
Yes, you can.
Okay. So that is a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom save, and it has a d4 minus from this.
And you start hearing the air rumbling around us.
It rolled pretty freaking bad, so I assume it's going to fail. Wisdom, you said?
Yeah, it's a 13.
Yeah, you got a 9. Or 8, actually.
And it will take a whopping 2 damage.
Gotta love cantrips.
Low-level cantrips, baby. Does Toll the Dead have extra? No, it's just the D12 versus the D whatever for if it has taken damage, right?
Yeah, it's a D8 if it hasn't taken damage, and then D12 if it has.
Cool. With that, this creature is going to retaliate. It's first going to go after Kevhorn's Echo. So it lashes out with one of these tentacles. That's going to be... I don't know if that hits.
My AC is different on that guy.
It is. It's a 17 to hit.
Its AC is 16.
So it doesn't matter because it only has 1 HP. So this tentacle goes straight for this open wound on your Echo and just goes straight through it as it dissipates into nothingness. And then it's going to do a little bit of a hop forward as it's bound forward as it goes after Benjamin.
Okay, bring it on.
Bring it on, come on. That's another 17 to hit.
Yeah, I have an armor class of 12. I'm out here in like robes, essentially.
It will do 7 points of bludgeoning and 4 points of piercing.
11 total.
Yes, 11 total. Is that half of your maximum HP?
No.
Okay. Gotta check. It's a new rule. We gotta check.
No. I'm a hard boy.
These flailing tentacles on this thing's back lash out. One takes care of Kevhorn, the next comes forward and stabs into Benjamin's abdomen before retreating back. And this thing's gonna take the chance to move again if you guys want opportunity attacks.
As that tentacle hits me, though, the solidified vapor around me explodes as it's going to take 10 cold damage.
Ooh, yeah, that's gonna make it retreat as well. Just taking that damage, it doesn't want to be close to you anymore as it screams and begins to back up. Siegfried and Benjamin can take opportunity attacks if they'd like.
Sure. Ooh, I think I'm gonna hit. I pull out a little belt knife and I got a 21 to hit.
That will hit because it's not the end of its turn yet.
And that's a 15 for Siegfried.
15 will also hit.
I did 5 damage to it. I rolled maximum damage with my little dagger.
And Siegfried?
I did 0.
Oh, Siegfried, we gotta get you a different weapon, buddy.
You connect with it and just kind of bounces off, but as this knife finds purchase as it recoils back from you and runs back into the trees and kind of skids around as it gets ready for another lunge at you guys. It is Benjamin's turn.
Okay. How can I get an idea of how messed up this thing is?
I will say it's
I can do it.
bleeding pretty good at this point.
Okay. Yeah, I want to save it in case we get attacked by something else. I'm just gonna do another mind sliver on it. That's an intelligence saving throw.
All right. The perfect buffer. Well, it rolled a 13.
That's my save.
It passes.
Yeah. We'll leave it at that.
All right. It will then be Kevorn.
Shame stick. I'm gonna pop another guy out.
Popping the guy out. I assume
You
we're
want me to
next
roll a
to him.
d4?
Yes, actually.
2.
A 2. Once again, the one with the sword wound in his abdomen shows up.
As this one pops up again in like the whole bell situation, I'm just gonna mutter under my breath, "Gods, we're a freaky bunch."
Seek isn't that freaky.
The panting and the weird bells really pushed it over an edge.
I will place him right in front of it.
Okay.
If I can.
Yep, you can do that.
And I will poke. Poke.
All right, roll at disadvantage.
What the fuck?
As you can see, as like Kevhorn manifests this echo in front of him, the tentacles are starting to raise, and you can see, like, it almost looks like there's 2 of them off in the distance here.
Okay, well, I can't do math. 18.
At disadvantage, an 18?
I rolled a 17 and a 12.
Very
My
good. Yeah, that's
hit
going to
is
hit
plus
even
6.
with the increased armor class from the forest.
Period. Max damage again, 10.
Nice. As the echo stabs, it like shambles forward and stabs down into this thing, you can hear the scream again as the image of the 2 reverts back into 1.
That's it for me. I can't do it.
All right. Then it will be Siegfried again.
Siegfried is continuing to wave his staff back and forth and doing the same chant again for Toll of the Dead.
All
It's a
right.
wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. Cocked. I need to stop rolling in that corner. It's going to fail.
It will take 3 necrotic damage.
3 necrotic damage. Just chipping away at her as Kevin tries to hold it off with his echo. But we get back to its turn, and it's going to strike out at the echo once again. That should hit with a
It's
30 20. So once again, destroy your echo as it's going to launch forward. Noticing the pattern between you and the thing that keeps appearing in front of it to attack it, it's going to go after you this time.
What the heck? Not in front of my baby.
Oh, but it's probably going to miss with only an 11.
It will.
As it's going to once again retreat.
I will try poke.
All right.
Disadvantage or?
Nope. You can roll it normally.
That case, I'm gonna. I want this thing dead. I'll do my little perk.
Ooh, what's your little perk?
My little tattoo.
Ooh.
I have to say it before I roll, right?
Yes, you have to choose before you roll.
Okay. That I can roll with advantage.
You can, yeah. So
Well,
like
my
you
proficiency.
feel like a slight searing along the pattern of where this tattoo is on your back as you are able to roll advantage on this roll.
Would have been useful if I remembered that perk in the beginning.
Arguably more useful now.
Okay. I'll take the first roll. 12 plus 6, it's 18.
18 will hit.
8 this time. 8 damage.
8 damage as you as you feel this burning in your back and you strike forward with your trident. You do see another one, like almost like the same thing this thing was doing, where like 2 started to appear of itself. A second trident begins to shimmer out from yours, stabbing into a different position, but your trident is the one that hits true. Remind me of the damage.
It's 8.
8 damage.
What is going
Does
on?
hit as this thing turns and reels off into the forest again. Resets for another lunge. It is your turn, Benjamin.
Another intelligence saving throw. I'm not going to be able to hit it with my Eldritch Blast.
That's a 14.
Good. It passes because I rolled like shite on my
Good,
damage
good.
dice.
Good.
Wasted that one on when it missed. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna do. I want to save my last anchor in case we encounter something else. The day is still very young.
Yeah, it is. With that, it will be down to Kevhorn.
Shame's stick. I will spawn an echo.
Can you spawn it over 15 feet? I think you can to 30.
I lied. I cannot.
Yes.
Wait.
Can it move, or does it always have to be within 15 feet?
I know there's a range where it disappears.
It has to be within a certain radius of me, or else it will automatically disappear, which is 15 feet.
Mhm.
So if I do want to do something, I need to step up and out of this path, which is gonna be almost dead. So I'll step out of the path.
All right, you're gonna step off the path. Your movement is halved.
Okay. Wait, 5, 10, 15. Yeah, I can spawn it directly next to it now.
All right. Roll a d4.
That's a 4.
As a 4. This time, as this one appears, it's not standing the sturdiest stance. It's like one of the legs is bent backwards, and seems to have some kind of break in the shin area, and like one of the shoulders is a little bit lower, as if this one had been bludgeoned to death by rocks.
I will say I am making all these faces, but since Kevhorn had to grow up with this, he's completely sold me.
Yeah.
Ew. Okay. Pokey pokey.
Pokey pokey.
I don't know if that one hits. 7, 13.
13 is going to miss.
Okay. That is
Uh,
all I can. Nothing's happening to me. I could go back, but nothing's happening, so I'll stay where I am.
All right, sounds good. Siegfried.
The same black and green and white yellow energy is going to start rotating around his bonsai tree on his staff, and this time he's going to cast Sacred Flame.
All right, so that's a dexterity save.
Yes.
I think that's only a 9.
That will fail. And that'll take 7 damage as this energy begins to envelop in this warm fire and shoots at this beast.
All right. You'd see it again, kind of a jump back a little bit from the pain. It doesn't seem as agile as it once was, slowing down a little bit, but still trying to get in there. And actually, at the top of the round, what is your modifier, sir? All right, it's going to go after Kevhorn, the Echo. So lashes out. That should be a hit. 21, I believe.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Because your Echo is once again gone. I mean, you're eating one hit from this thing every round, which is pretty clutch.
Yes.
As it'll rush forward at you again. That's a natural 1. It's going to fail its attack. As it, like, again, it doesn't, even though it has 6 legs, it doesn't quite have its footing anymore. You can see it's starting to look a little more like it wants to, it's starting to realize it might need to get out of here. As in fact, it's going to try to. How far did it move? 20? So it's going to move here. And it seems to not be wanting to turn around, but you do have an opportunity to attack if you'd like.
I will. That's a nat 20.
That's a natural 20. Let's go. Roll your damage. Double dice or double damage on the dice?
I'll double the dice.
Always fun to roll extra dice.
I'll roll a d6 on D&D. 1 in real life, why not?
Wild choice.
Look. So that'll be, I should have not have done this because I can't math well. 6 plus 9, 15 damage.
15 points of damage, Kevhorn. How do you kill this thing?
As it tried to lunge at me, lunges back like a coward. I will I basically catch one of its hind legs with my trident as it flops to the ground.
You just stab into it and it crashes in the ground. Dirt and brush fly up where it collapses, and it is no longer. It is passed on. It's my favorite thing to say when you kill something in D&D. They've passed on.
With it being past tense, can I? I'm gonna motion over to my owlbear gun. He's like, is this thing hungry? Should I fillet this thing?
Hoot
for later.
Well, I don't know what they eat. If we want to spend some time harvesting it, I'm not against it. I could use just a short breather of sorts would be excellent.
I'll look the owlbear.
It's sitting down, front paws in between its legs that are splayed out, just looking up at you.
Oh, I love you. I'll protect you with my life. Yeah, I will try fillet this thing.
All right, do a survival check.
Am I good at that? Not really. Ah, shit. 16 good enough?
Yeah, I'll say with a 16 too, you can roll a nature check as well.
Cool. 5.
5, yeah. I mean, you, it's feline in nature still, so you kind of know the general cuts that you need that will be good, and you can get to
Before
get
it gets snatched. Let me return back into.
I'll say you do have 2 days worth of rations, but they aren't rations yet because it is just fresh meat, and that will go bad. So either need once you cook it, or if you get it cured, then it'll become actual rations. But right now, it's raw rations is what I'd put it down as.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And we take a short rest.
Yes,
Okay. You just kind of flopping down and hanging out, or how are we taking the short rest?
Oh shit. How do
You know
do
this path doesn't really bend to your will. It kind of is leading you somewhere. So
Yeah, we don't know when this path is gonna end. We can just rest here, take turns watching.
I mean, yeah, I only need just a little bit of time to recollect myself.
Okay.
Feel like
You
I
did
was
say it was noon, right?
yeah, around noon.
We're not tired yet.
You don't have characters saying, "Oh, I need to lay down."
After Kev Horn's done field dressing the I know it's a displacer beast. We don't know that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let Huey just like go over and roll around in the viscera if he wants. Just like give him free reign.
He's like inside the carcass, just flapping.
Yeah.
I love this. This is
I
my
know you
favorite
do.
thing to do. Wow. All right. Let's get perception checks for this short rest.
Huey's in the carcass. I'm not gonna take advantage.
All right.
19.
19.
I got a 7.
7.
I got a nat 20 for a 22.
Whoo, hot dog. Yeah, I'll say, like, other than like very small creatures moving amongst the treetops, you think this this amount of commotion that you've made here has scared off enough things, and it doesn't seem like anything's trying to take advantage of the situation. So you're able to get your short rest in. Huey walks over, just sopping in blood, dripping.
Yeah.
All right, I'm done. I'm all dirty now.
Yeah.
Does Huey look like Siegfried?
You don't get to ride on my shoulder though until you're done dripping.
What? You didn't tell me that would be part of it.
I mean, it's.
What am I gonna do? Walk around like a hawk?
As part of the short rest, which he may love even more, I will have him. Ooh, this is very fun. I'm gonna make it seem like I'm doing some sort of like find familiar, like go through the motions of doing find familiar, but not actually cast it. It's like an accelerated version of it, basically, to have Huey change shape into a rat.
Hey, I'm just a littler guy now. I would have ate me before.
Yes. Huey's a big, nasty, like, boat rat. Just like real.
It's a bilge rat.
Yeah. Real nasty little guy.
Ahoy.
There. Now you can run around and you won't get blood on me.
Just scampers in and out between your legs.
During the short rest, would there be anything around to where Siegfried could try to get blood off of his robes?
There are like large fronds and things like that, as well as like any kind of medicinal cloth that you have in your gear.
Okay, he'd be doing that during the short rest then.
All right, sounds good.
Wait. Forgot. I'm also covered in blood because I was right next to that thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
You did clean most of it off, though, if I recall.
Oh yeah, I did. Okay.
Yep.
I'm still a little.
There's still bits and pieces and stains in the crevices, but for the most part, you got it. Yeah. I'll say with this hour rest, you can get the majority of it off of you, Siegfried.
Awesome.
Maybe that's why we're attracting some dangerous pals. I need water, bro.
You used all your water.
I know.
All right.
Well, it'll have to wait. You can have another. You have a room. You can have another bath when we get back. If we get back tonight,
Taking 3 baths.
take as many baths as you want.
Woot.
Oh, pet.
As you all once again continue forward. I'll say take another like hour and a half, 2 hours before you start to see. It's weird because the forest isn't really thinning too much. It's thinning a little bit, but not enough where the path becomes useless to you. It's still helping you get through this dense forest, especially because like trees seem to move out of your way as you take this path as well. But you begin to see some kind of structure up in front of you.
I'm assuming that's the dream speaker. If not, we should be ready for more trouble.
One way to find out.
Yeah, the structure seems to almost be uphill as you start moving towards it, and as you get closer and closer, you can see the stone work made of this thing is made of, and like it thins just enough that you're able to see it better. The stonework of this building seems to be incredibly old, and to the point where this building had started falling apart at one point, and would be probably just rubble now if it weren't for the enormous vines wrapping around this building, almost as if they're holding it together. They come out from it within cracks in the wall, and there's one large one that wraps around one of the highest towers that was falling over at one point, but this vine is just holding it up into place.
I mean, that's certainly in a unique style of architecture.
I feel like that's a fire hazard.
Yeah, at one point this seems like it was a castle in its old in like its original build, but at this point it's just vines holding together stones into the shape of what once was a castle.
So it's a big building. Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty good sized building for being just in the middle of the forest.
I'm Do we want Huey to scout ahead, or are we taking this dream speaker as friendly?
Well, the townmaster made him seem kind of friendly.
I also wasn't expecting him to live in a castle, though. I was thinking more like hermity, little one cabin in the woods type vibe.
I'd say we just go for it.
Okay, let's go for it then.
All right, you all begin to approach this castle. As you approach from the front, you do see this like it's a 2 flights of stairs that lead up to like the opening platform before the door. So you make your way up those stairs, one to either side as they go up and to the door. And at this, like, there isn't the wood, what remains of the rotten wood of the door is just crumbled on the floor in the front. So this building is just wide open to walk into. And as you do so, you see like you can see the vines move throughout this entire building. It's essentially a vine building with a bunch of stone around it at this point. And you can see giant root systems that are embedded into the ground coming up into the walls as well. But in front of you is a room that there are doors on the inside, and they seem to be like sturdier stone doors, but the majority of them are just open. You do see in front of you a small outlet that has two doors, one straight in front and one to the right. And then both to the left and right of you are smaller hallways that have doors at the end of them as well. Well, doorways, I should say.
I think before starting and going indoors and things like that, Ben's gonna call out, excuse me, we were sent by Phandalin's town master. He said you may be able to help us with a couple of things.
Do a perception check.
Now I'm gonna take advantage because Huey's scuttling by my feet. Ooh, 19.
A 19. You hear your voice echo through this majority empty chambers of this castle, and as you do so, you hear like a slight groan as the vines almost seem to react to it a little bit, and you start to hear a crumbling from far off in the castle before again you hear some you see one of the vines tightening and the crumbling stops.
After you, Kefhorn.
Why me?
You have a slight recollection of your dream where you got crushed in rubble.
Gosh. Yeah, I guess after me. He spawns another echo.
I will say also, while you're looking about this room, there is one of the walls is completely crumbled as well, leading into another room. It's next to the door to your right.
Okay. Well, since Kefhorn's leading, well, his echo is. I would.
Before
you
we
basically
go
said
in,
there was. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, I was going to ask how dark is it in there?
It's,
I know crumbling and.
I'm going to say there are like splotches of, not splotches, there are groupings of funguses that seem to have a glow to them as well, like blues and purples and light greens. So it's dimly lit, I'll say in here.
Pretty true.
Okay.
All right.
So there's I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna for you. Actually, there's more doors than I said there was. So to your left, there are two doors. One, if you're looking to your left, one directly in front and one on the left wall. If you're looking to straight in front of you, there is an outlet with a door right in front of you and a door on the right wall of that outlet. And if you look to your right, a majority of the wall is crumbled, and there's also. Sorry, two doors there. A door straight in front of you if you're looking to the right and on the right wall. So each area has two doors, essentially.
Too many.
Okay.
Doors.
Let's split up, gang.
No. No.
Come on. Anyways, I will go to the crumbly right side.
The crumbly right side. All right. Kefhorn begins making his way over there with his echo. You manifest your echo, right?
Yes.
Roll a d4.
Sorry. Before we entered this place, I would have tried to communicate to the owl bear cub to stay put.
Woot. Do an animal handling check.
I rolled a 1 for the d4 animal handling.
The echo appears again with bits of seaweed with laced within its armor. The drowned echo appears.
16.
16. She again sits down on her haunches. Woot.
I pet and I go in.
You start making your way over this crumbled debris into this next room, where you see again another crumbled wall that leads outside, or it would if there wasn't a vine in the way, again holding the structure in place. So there's just an opening in the wall with vines holding it there. But you do see some pretty in this room. There's 2 long tables. One seems to be pretty rotten, while the other one is the majority, once again, just like a plant's root systems growing over the top of it, almost making some sort of table. And then there's the other side of the table has what appears to be like a new tabletop set on top of it, but you can still see the rotten wood underneath it. And then 2 small trees acting as the new legs on this table. Very long, like banquet style tables. And to your right, you can see there's like some small mildew covered hay stacks that might have at one point been used as bedding, but don't seem to be anymore. As well as a door on the far side of the room.
Okay, I will call out to a person, someone, creature thing. I'll knock on like the rotted table. Hello? Anyone?
Do a perception.
Is my perception? Perception is a 2. 10.
10? You don't hear anything?
If the others aren't going to do anything, I will continue on to the other door.
Okay.
Echo first.
Echo first. Did anybody else want to do anything in this room?
This is just... If this is the main banquet hall, I'm assuming if we're trying to find the audience chamber, I would imagine that would be straight ahead in the previous room.
But there might be snacks for the owl there.
You just butchered a whole creature for it.
It is a growing creature that needs a lot of nutrients and sustenance.
I also don't know how good it would be to take snacks from someone we're trying to get help from before we asked them anything or ask them permission.
You're right, let's go to the middle.
All right, so you backtrack into the previous room and head towards that center doorway. And this seems to be actually the only one that like really has a solid door in place. And as you go to push on it, you hear like it's like fibrous movements on the other side of the door, and you notice as the door is opening, it's like there are vines and roots connect to this door, pulling it away from the door frame. As you enter this room, this is a much larger space. You can see like at one point maybe it was some sort of chapel or shrine, and you can tell that by like there's a raised platform to one side of the room with some sort of stone altar on it. And at one point there was stained glass windows up towards the top of this room, but a lot of the stained glass is now on the floor, shattered into pieces. Where you can see like again vines growing around this room, and like a lot of it seems to be centered on this room, like the vines are coming back or where it came from this location. As you look up towards the altar area, there's a large plant. It looks like a almost like a closed bulb, but you can see as this like it almost seems to be moving as this like not like it's almost like it's breathing, but you can tell it's not taking in breath and letting it out. But you can see this large toothy mouth of this plant closed as it just seems to be resting there. Large leaves all around this room growing from the tendrils coming off of this plant.
Can Siegfried try to see what deity this was for?
Yeah, roll a religion.
That thing looks like a fuck around, find out type of thing.
It's a 15.
A 15. You see different symbologies towards some of the more major gods. You're able to tell Mistra was at one point worshipped here, Lithander, Timora, and Agma. So the gods of knowledge, magic, dawn, and luck. But it does not seem to have been upkept. Like, a lot of the symbology is chipped or cracked, and a lot of the plants are starting to grow over the top of it as well.
Like, this is Benjamin whispering to you all. Does this seem like... This doesn't seem like the right way.
I will also say there is a door on the far side of this room, and that same wall is crumbled away. But the door is missing it. It's just a door frame. It's missing its door.
I will try not to get as close to that thing as I can while going towards the other door. Check it out, see what's in it.
Everybody else?
Okay. I mean, I'm not gonna leave him. I don't. There's a little bit of like a.
I lied. I will have my echo go over there.
All
I'm
right.
assuming it's more than 15 feet away.
I will walk.
The opposite side of the room is 20 feet away. So, like, the opposite door is exactly far enough to where your echo would disappear.
I will walk 15 feet behind my echo.
All right. So you're gonna walk into this room a little bit with all the vines and root systems. Give me a stealth check to try and avoid it.
Ooh, at disadvantage. That would have been better. I rolled a 4.
Roll a 4. As you step in this room, you're not even thinking about it. You step on like a root system, and you feel the whole castle almost shift as the vines in this room begin to tighten and like put the castle into place almost as this large what looks like some sort of carnivorous plant bulb like sits up a little bit. It isn't like moving forward, but like it's bringing itself to attention. It's almost as if it was sleeping beforehand. And as this whole castle groans into place, you hear from the room on the other side just, "Oh, hold on, buds. Don't go wandering around in there too much now." As a large figure appears in the doorway, you can see covered in like different, like the base of it is leather, but there are like plants growing off of it. You see a large mantle made out of leaves, but they're like blues and purples and greens of this probably 8 foot tall figure. As he moves into the room, he has to like duck his head and turn it sideways as these large moose antlers are adorned on top of his head. And you can see this bluish skin covered by brown fur, a large flat nose, and these two almost bovine-like ears that kind of shake back and forth as he gets back to his full height after coming in through the doorways. "All right, we don't want to wake the lady up. She's in her beauty sleep in there. I've been expecting all of you, so if you want to come in the other room with me, we can sit down and have a chat over some tea."
Wait, in the other room, does he mean by the room he just came from?
Yeah, it's the room I just came from over here.
Well,
I would love some tea. And Siegfried is just gonna follow him right away.
I don't want to wake the thing.
No, now that it knows you're here, it's fine. Just don't go poking around over in the plant there. He's fine. It's her you don't want to wake up. She's a little crabby when she doesn't get her full nap, you know.
Oh. I know the feeling. I will follow.
Benjamin?
Yeah, I'm following with as well. Yeah.
Right. He ducks back into the door. And you come into this room that's a little more homely than the rest of the castle. There's a lot more of this fungus growing around, lighting it up a little bit more. There's a part of the ceiling is just a hole where the light can come through from the sky. And there's a small table. Again, it's a tabletop that's just held up by plant material growing from the ground. And there's a small fire going with a teapot hanging over it that he takes off and begins to pour into these cups, put some herbs in there along with it. Oh, so you finally made your way through the forest then. I was wondering how long it'd take you to get here. I know it's not the greatest place out there, but we do what the wild mother bids, you know. And,
how'd you know we were coming?
well, I can see it in your dreams there, bud. I've been looking in on all of you for a little bit here.
For how long?
Oh, you know, about a week at this point. I've been searching lots of dreams for the right people, and you seem to be We're getting ahead of ourselves at this point. Just a moment. Let me do one thing at a time.
Okay.
And as he continues with tea, we're going to take a quick break. So we'll be back in just a moment, everybody. Hold on to your hats. Welcome back, everybody. We return to the scene within this castle, this decrepit castle that's mostly plant life at this point. As this figure turns around once again with the teapot in hand and teacups, sets down the teacups on the table and pours out 4 cups, and then goes to sit down, but there's nothing there, and suddenly just the vines begin to form a chair for him to sit in, this large chair, as he just sits down on it. Then he motions for all of you to sit down as well, but there are no stools or anything, so
I very cautiously mimic him.
Yep, you do so, and a smaller chair appears for you.
Are the
I'll do
cups
the
over
same.
by him?
They're on the table there.
Okay, then Siegfried will go to sit down too.
You sit down. Another chair begins to form out of plant material.
Can I try identify what he put in the tea?
Yeah. Do a nature check.
Look, we just met this guy. I don't know it. It's a 7.
You didn't really see, but he's already has a cup and is sipping out of it. So, and it all came. Well, I guess he put it into the. No, he put it straight in the kettle, I'd say.
If that's the case, I will have my Echo pick up a cup for me, put it in front of me, and I'll start drinking.
So, I suppose you all have a lot of questions. But first, let me start with mine. Do you all have names?
Yes, I'm Benjamin.
Nice to meet you, Benjamin.
I am Kevhorn.
Kevhorn, of course.
Hail, friend. My name is Siegfried.
Oh, Siegfried. And who's your other friend here, bud? As he gestures to your Echo.
Don't worry about him.
Okay, he doesn't have a name. I'm not sure who and what has names these days anymore. Typically, my kind don't go by names, but many call me the story keeper or the dream speaker, or was it the story speaker and the dream keeper? I don't know. I don't talk to people often out here. Just me and my partner. But,
The plant?
no, not the plant. But it's, she's sleeping inside the plant right now. It's, she likes it in there, you know, Fae and all of that.
There was a cat.
There are plenty of cats.
Creepy, smiley one.
Oh, you came across the grinning cat, did you?
Were they also from the Fae?
Oh,
Why?
yes. There's a lot of things moved here from the Fae after I created this forest. Well, not created. Sorry. It started off here, humble, part of the Neverwinter Forest, but you know, the Wild Mother calls you one day, says, "Hey, could you go over to this forest, bring a little bit of the Fae to the material plane, you know, make a little bit of a crisscross thing going on." And when somebody speaks to you like that, you just gotta answer, you know, your higher calling and all of that.
Indeed. Yes, it's hard to resist those types of summons.
Yeah, all of you have a little bit of summonings going on, don't you? Like right now, for instance, you've been called by me, not by me necessarily, but I'm part of the calling process. I'm sure you've noticed there's a little bit of a kerfuffle going on here in Faerun.
Yes. Neverwinter is not besieged, but certainly has new neighbors of hill giants that have moved in recently.
Yes, it won't be the only ones soon enough, unless we find somebody who can stop it, of course, and I believe you're the group to do so.
What makes you believe that?
The dreams I've seen. Like I said, your dreams are the ones coming closest to completing the goal. Not there perfectly yet, but you were able to get the furthest.
The one with the giant?
Yes, that's the one I'm speaking of, yes. It's not perfect yet, and we want a few things to go differently, but nobody else's dreams I've looked into come even close to that.
Wait. Are you insinuating other people have had similar dreams but have gone farther than us three?
Nobody's gone further than that, no. But it's weird. I don't know if you've heard the old saying, dreams or the windows into other realities. Well, there's some truth to that. Not all of them are going to become realities in themselves, and others become more real than we know, but...
So how does this... Okay, so if the dream with the giant is a possibility of what is going to happen eventually, what's our path there then?
Well, I don't have an exact path for you, buds, but I can help you as much as I can along the way. It's going to take a lot of adventuring around. You're going to have to collect a lot of things to help you out, because you're not there yet. And even what you had in those dreams wasn't quite enough to break through that. So we need a little bit of an advantage on your side and more of a disadvantage on their side. That's going to be our goal, because let me tell you, buds, if we aren't successful with this, it's not going to look good for everybody else. I know I'm putting a lot on you just by you showing up here and looking into your dreams, but I hope you're following along at least. Have any questions, raise your hand and I can try to answer them for you. But yes, you, Cavhorn.
What is this perfect dream?
Well, a perfect dream would be stopping King Herrig's plans to take over. I want to just say the Sword Coast, but I'm going to be honest with you, buds. It's going to be the entire Toril, the planet, if he gets his way. And maybe even beyond that. That King Herrig is the thing, that giant you saw in your dream.
What did he want to take over again?
All of Faerun, which is the continent we're on.
Okay.
But further than that, Toril, the planet we're on.
What was he? Is he?
Well, he's a storm giant, much like any other. But he has quite the ambition to bring the time of giants back. Don't know if you were aware, there was a time of giants happened around the same time as the time of dragons, a long time ago. They fought each other until they were both weak, and then the humanoid kind took up the dominant force on this planet. And then the giants got pushed out to the east, and then and they've kind of
forceful on that.
Yeah, sorry, I just had a notion to enforce that that idea that they were in the east, and they've been secluded to their own areas, just trying to get by. But there's always been this grand scheme that their god would bring about a time where giants could rise up again, and it seems this King Herrig is trying to force that time to happen now. Kevhorn, you're all blurry. What's going on, bud?
I don't know. It keeps doing this for some reason. He's a ghost.
So I don't know much about storm giants. I spent some time in the north, so I've at least heard stories of the frost giants. What other? We've seen hill giants. What other giants should we be looking out for?
Well, from what it sounds like, he's trying to get the whole ordning under his belt here. So you've got your hill giants and your frost giants that already seem pretty much on the side of Herrig here, and storm giants are following after them. We've got stone giants who seem to be pretty content keeping to themselves at this point, haven't quite been turned yet. Cloud giants have been lending their aid, but they not fully on board yet with this new plan of Herrig's. And we got the fire giants who are again, they're leaning with Herrig so far. Those are the main giants. He'll get the smatterings of the other ones. The Ettins and the ogres, the giant kin, they're pretty easy to be pushed around by the others, so they'll join as long as they get a good enough cut out of it. And
so it sounds like, which this seems like a incredible task. I mean, should we speak to the stone giants then, since they seem to be the only or the main dissidents of this whole plan?
They will be good allies if you can get them on your side, but you're gonna at some point have to deal with each of the giants to be able to get any kind of leg up on Herrig. For each of the giants hold their own, I guess a totem, you could say, a power granted to them by their god that gives them They're super. Sorry. Their incredible traits and differences amongst each other, and if you're able to get that boon for yourselves, it would be a great help in the fight against Hirig himself, because he's got quite the artifact on his side. I don't know if you've heard of this Icewind Dale. You talked about Icewind Dale, son. Benjamin, you were talking about that, knowing the frost giants?
I mean, I've only heard stories about them. I don't know much about them. It's most none of the people I talked to had ever directly met with them or anything like that.
Well, frost giants have been up to something up north, excavating this giant glacier. Says one of their, apparently from what I've heard, their ancient artifacts is hidden deep under that glacier from their ancient civilizations that fell long ago. And if Hirig gets his hands on this thing, it's not going to be good. He essentially, if he's able to fully commune with it, he'll get to be how he was in those dreams you saw. There was 2 people up there protecting it, but they were driven back, so they aren't there currently. So I don't know how close they are to getting it. It's been a while since I've been able to check in up there, but it's not looking great so far.
Sorry, I was writing notes.
Oh, go ahead. That's fine.
Just the frost giants are looking for their totem under the glacier, or is that another thing that the storm giant is looking for?
Yeah, it's just a completely other thing. Frost giants would have their totem, but this is something from their ancient civilization that would be detrimental to our success.
I mean, I don't think we're really at a state to start even going after hill giants. So
No, I wouldn't say so either.
What would you suggest we start with then?
Well, outside of the tomes, you could also gather artifacts of your own and allies of your own, even.
Okay.
Do you have any in mind?
I've got a couple that are dinging around in the old head here. Actually, you know what? I think it'll be a little easier for us to communicate going forward if you all take a sample of these. He reaches a giant hand into a pouch he has on his side, and then brings it up and offers it out to you, and you see a bunch of granules that also kind of look a little like they have a fluff to them. Just take a snort of these and you'll be able to talk to me anywhere you are.
We're gonna get high?
No, that's for a different time. We don't have time for that right now. These are just they're essentially a super species of rapport spores, so you'll be able to talk to me telekinetically, I think is what they say, anywhere in Faerun. Only me though, and each other. You'll be able to talk to each other telepathically as well if you'd like.
Hold on. Would it be like a sort of situation where we constantly hear each other's?
No, you can choose when to.
Okay.
Yes.
Because I don't.
Unless you want the version that you constantly hear each other, I could get you that version as well.
No.
All right.
Me as a player, no, I'm supposed to trust him. But can I do an insight check on this giant dude who wants us to snort spores?
Yeah, me too. I don't trust that.
Yeah.
14.
Nine.
Benjamin, yeah, he's very calm demeanor. Like he doesn't have malicious plans. Like he generally seems to want to help you. It seems you're the ones that are able to do this task, even though it seems too monumental for you at this moment. Just the lazy bovine ears of twitching back and forth as like a fly will fly by every once in a while. Kevhorn, I don't know. He just seems very lax. You aren't able to really tell either way.
All right. Just
Take a bump. Anybody else? I guess technically only Benjamin needs to, but separated at all or anything, or if you don't want him to repeat to you.
I mean, you can always wait, and if I don't die in an hour, you can take him later.
Well, out of character. Out of character. We're putting a lot of fucking trust into this guy. He's sending us to what seems like an impossible goal toward deaths. Plus, we don't know if he's evil.
Out of character. This isn't Benjamin's first leap of faith. Not the wildest thing he's had to do.
You two might have your patrons and deities. I am in the clear.
I say that like gave you the option. You don't have to take him now. Benjamin did, but you can always wait when you feel more comfortable.
Passes.
All right.
I don't know how I feel about snorting it. Can I take it through the tea?
Yeah, I suppose that'd work as well. Just like 3 finger sprinkles some into your tea. I'll put the rest in a pouch and you can take it with you if you'd like to take it later, Kevhorn. No rush, I don't want to force anything on you, bud.
Consent is important.
Puts a little bit in the pouch, hands it over to you. You do drink it?
Yes.
All right. All right, so you just have to think about me and what you want to say, and I'll be able to hear it in my head, and vice versa.
Oh, wait, I do have a question.
Raise your hand.
He snorts it.
Yeah, you snorted.
And I think, do you know what owlbear cubs eat?
He kind of looks at you and ears twitch back and forth, and in your head you hear, well, the cubs are usually going to eat smaller animals, meats, fishes, berries.
Okay.
But, yeah, so watch out for them owlbears. A lot of them are assholes out there. There's too many of them damn things.
Nah.
You had mentioned there was a list of things we should start looking for.
Oh, yes. Well, one's pretty far away. If you wanted to head out to Ungald at any point, there's a magical forge there. You can get that trained a little bit bumped up, maybe find some things for you as well over there. The rest of you. Well, that's quite a ways out of the way. I don't know if that's going to be worth your time before dealing with hill giants.
Have I even heard of this place?
Yeah, Ungald is it's a mountain town that's to the south of where you all are.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a pretty good sized town, but it's not like Neverwinter size or anything.
Okay.
You can always see what allies you can gather for if you want to try out the Hill Giants. And you don't necessarily think you have to completely just decimate that camp either. There's just as long as you're able to get the totem in some way or another. You can always challenge certain ones to fights. I don't have anything up. You know what? I do have something though. There's supposed to be 4 of you here. Did you not bring another one with you?
There's an owlbear cub waiting outside.
Oh, you did bring an owlbear with. That's not what I'm talking about, though. Another person. You know, I think I know where he is. I've been checking in on him too, and actually, I've got to go over there anyway. I'm expecting some friends. I can take you out to them, and we can convene the 4 of you a grand meeting, as it were. He'll be a great help to the rest of you, and he can join you on this little meandering.
The more the merrier.
Great. Yes, great. I guess.
All right. Well, if your bags are packed, or if you have any other questions, I suppose. I don't want to rush you or anything.
Wait. Has the 4th person been having the same dream?
Yep. Sure enough.
How come we didn't see them?
That's the problem. I haven't been able to find the one where all 4 of you together. Because if this is going to work, we need all of you working in the same line of thought. That was part of the problem with that first one. Benjamin was by himself, and then the other 2 of you joined, but weren't necessarily working together, just also there. It's going to take all 4 of you working together to get this done.
But why us?
Why anybody? It seems that you 4 were chosen.
By who?
Someone out there. I don't know. I don't speak to all the gods. Or is it even a god? Maybe it's something beyond them that's drawing you all together for this.
Doesn't really make sense.
Not much in life does, bud. But
That sounds like a cool adventure.
I would think so. Better than a lot of your other adventures have gone, am I right?
How much do you know about us?
More than you care to, I think.
Do you know why I have him?
Yeah, well, I don't necessarily know why he's still attached to you. Or the other one, I mean, technically,
Wait.
they're all you.
Still attached?
Still,
They're linked to me.
to begin with, they're all from different realities, bud.
Where I've died.
Unfortunately.
Well, that doesn't bode well.
Well, it bodes well you're still alive here and seem to have some kind of path forward.
But I haven't had an encounter with the giants yet.
Not yet.
Do you know who my real parents are?
Give me an insight check.
Can I
11.
do a performance check?
To keep something hidden. Why are you trying to do a performance check?
What?
You see, like he contemplates for a moment. Says, "Some information is better left till later."
I see.
Can I do an insight check on that?
Yeah.
Mostly on that comment, more so. That's an 18.
Yeah, if you're more so focusing on the comment, did I say comment or comment? I meant comment if I did. You, like, he obviously knows, but it feels like it's not the right moment to reveal that information yet. Or maybe not even the right person to.
Okay. Benjamin just files that away.
Wait. Never mind, you probably just say the same thing.
What were you gonna ask? It never hurts to ask, bud.
The thing on my back.
Your tattoo?
Do you know about it?
It seems to be tied with your friend. Or whatever's keeping your friend around, probably.
Okay. That's all I have to say.
Anything about you, Benjamin? Sorry that I'm not much of a help when it comes to this.
Honestly, I feel like I have most of my things figured out. Know who my parents are. Know most of the other important things about my life.
It's good to be in that headspace, having those things lined up for you.
Yeah. I just kind of thought, just to make some money in the city, get a little bit of renown, and now I guess we're gonna go hunt giants, which I guess is a lot of renown. Okay.
That's what I was just about to say. What more renown could you get than that? I'm sure
Yes.
your friend would be very happy to get that out of the oceans.
What friend?
King Herrig is in the ocean.
Far off the coast, yes. It's where he keeps his stronghold. Maelstrom, they call it.
Ooh.
Interesting.
She's not very happy about it.
Well, then I definitely need to do something about it. Okay.
All right. Oh, go ahead.
No, you had mentioned, we've already been speaking with the guards in Neverwinter, at least. I wouldn't say leadership. Yeah, any others? We're meeting another person now. Anyone else you would point us towards as possible allies in this situation? Obviously, most of the cities will, once they understand the threat.
Yes, as many cities as you can get on your side. Unfortunately, a lot of the more well-known adventurers are out of commission at this point. You can always ask the goblins to run some kind of diversion for you, maybe. Those tortoises can be quite the handful when they get moving, you know. I'll think on it. I think I can scrounge some things up for you to go look into. Maybe not immediately, but further down the road.
Yes, and maybe when we get a bit more information and a few more allies, you can give us a night. Do you know where more of these giants are? Obviously, is the leader of the hill giants outside of Neverwinter?
She's there, yes.
Do you have any more information about her?
Not that I've gathered yet. A chiefess.
Okay.
Hill giants. I don't know if this will be helpful, but hill giants do value strength and size, which unfortunately just put them at the bottom of the giant ordering because they are the smallest and weakest of the other giants typically. But that is what they hold on to as far as ranking themselves amongst each other. So maybe if you can find some way to exploit that, you might be able to get them to hand over a totem to you. But I don't know for sure how to go about that yet. You're all fairly frail, if you don't mind me saying.
I don't mind at all. That's the truth. All right. I mean, I guess we should be off then to meet our new companion.
Yeah, if everybody's done with their tea, or if you want seconds, I don't want to rush you or anything. I know we're worried about the fate of the world and all, but you can never turn down a second cup of tea, you know.
The first one was wonderful, but I am good, thank you.
All right. All right, well, again, just be quiet when we go through that next room. We don't want to wake up. Well, I should tell her, but I'll tell her when you're outside. You don't need to hear how crabby she can be. She's lovely, but she needs her beauty rest or she gets very ornery about it. I'll meet you all outside.
Excellent.
So I'll stand up in the seats. Again, withdraw into the floor, back into the root systems. Make your way outside. The story keeper stays back a little bit, and then comes out. Just one massive hand up to his eyes. Says, "Oh, it's been a while since I've been out roaming. It's still pretty bright out here. Which direction would that portal be now? Let me think. Oh, out to the west. And this time I mean it." He starts making his way, giant walking stick with gnarled wood at the top, branches coming out of it. As like one or two birds lands on his walking stick as he begins moving towards the tree line, and all of you follow after. We're gonna have a little bit of an early end to our session this week. So thank you all so much for joining us, listening to a little bit of plot going forward. Obviously not everything, because we're still little babies. I don't want to give you too much big stuff yet. No pun intended. But next week, hopefully, we should have our 4th party member with us, if all goes according to plan. So thank you so much for joining us. Again, be sure to follow all of my players that want to be followed on their various platforms. And we will see you next time. Have a good evening, everybody.
Bye.